Are you a musician that is finding it difficult to make a living? Do you wish you could be a full-time musician and get paid a decent salary? Well, maybe working on a cruise ship could be the answer. My name is Al Martin, and this is Musicians on a Cruise. Let me begin by telling you how I got started as a cruise ship musician. I began working the local pubs and clubs and found that I needed a full-time job to survive. The gigs only provided me with pocket money, and there was no way I could do that full-time. I then joined a band that got work in a summer resort. This went some way to providing me with a wage, but it was only seasonal, and during the winter I resorted back to pubs and clubs and living off my summer savings. Then I got my first cruise ship job, and I found I was able to work almost all year round and for a decent livable wage. I have now been working cruise ships for nearly 30 years, which include Princess, Holland America, Thompson, Windstar, P&O, Cunard, Royal Caribbean and Fred Olsen. I would like to share with you what I have learned about getting work during that time. In this video, I will be explaining what you need to do to get employed as a cruise ship musician. But if you wish to know more about what working on a cruise ship is like first, then please watch my upcoming video, Life on a Cruise Ship. Is it right for you? Okay, so let's get to why you are watching this video. How do I get a job on a cruise ship? Well, I've identified 5 steps to obtaining a job. Step 1. You need to decide what type of act you wish to be or part of. There are several types of acts that work on cruise ships, and these can include show orchestra, classical trio or quartet, jazz band, party dance band, easily listening band or duo, piano bar entertainer, guitarist vocalist, cocktail pianist, reggae Caribbean band, Latin American band. Not all of these can be found on every ship. Some don't have show orchestras. Latin American bands are probably more suited to South American cruises. If you are an excellent reader and looking to join a show band, then unfortunately I won't be covering that in this video, as it's outside of my experience and has different recruitment processes than other acts. I may cover this in a later video sometime in the future. Also, I won't be covering how much money you will earn, as every cruise line is different in how much they pay. The type of musician you are will affect your employability. For instance, if you play the tuba or an oboe, you probably won't have much luck finding an act to join. I may be wrong. If there are any tuba or oboe musicians working on a cruise ship, please let me know in the comments below. If you're a bassist or a drummer, then you will most likely be restricted to working in a band. Whereas if you're a pianist, you have a choice of being solo or in a band. If you're a pianist or guitarist that can sing, then that really opens up your employability. Okay, so you've decided what act you want to be. You've joined or set up a band or have decided to go solo. This leads us to step 2. Decide on your repertoire. There are 2 things to keep in mind with doing this: what your genre is as an act and who is your target audience. Cruise lines cater for different age groups and demographics. For instance, I work on Fred Olsen cruises, which are generally people aged 50 plus and mostly British. So I have few modern songs in my repertoire and not much in the way of country and western. Make sure you have well-known songs for your genre. If you go too obscure, it may harm your chances of finding work. Aim to have a minimum of 250 songs in your repertoire. But if you can, learn more. It sounds a lot, but if you factor in you could be doing from 24 to 30 sets a week with up to 12 songs a set, then it soon adds up. Keep in mind that some cruises are more than 7 days, and if you're on a world cruise, you are definitely going to need to double that. Repeating songs is not necessarily a bad thing unless you do it too often. Step 3. Make a showreel video. This is vitally important to get right. What the recruiters are looking for is how you look and sound on stage. Whatever you do, do not try to make it look like a pop video. This will put them off. All you need is one camera pointing at the stage, videoing the whole thing. Your iPhone will do just fine. If you have the facility to record everything on separate tracks, then do so. Mixing afterwards is more preferable to just using the phone's mic, or realizing that the mix is out of balance after you've spent the whole day recording. You can then sync the mix to your video afterwards. Choose about 10 songs of different genres to show the variety of songs you have or will have in your repertoire. I say will have because the last thing you want to do is learn hundreds of songs and not get any work. Just make sure that when you do get that contract, you have enough time to learn them all. I will be making another video on how to create a show reel, so do subscribe and turn on notifications if that interests you. So, you finished your show reel and it looks and sounds great. Well done. This brings you to step 4. Get a group photo. Again, don't go all professional on this. Just choose somewhere with good lighting. Wear the clothes you would wear on stage and use your phone. Phone cameras are much better than what they used to be, and you can always get more professional photo once you're on the ship should they need one. Step 5. Get an agent. Many cruise lines cannot be contacted directly and will only recruit through agencies. Do your homework. Find the agencies that deal with cruise lines. The agent will submit your showreel to a cruise line on your behalf, and a good one will help you with all necessary joining procedures. Agents do charge a fee, and this can vary from agent to agent, so don't be afraid to ask how much they charge. Also, be aware that some agents can be difficult to contact after you started your contract, and others can be quite dishonest. My advice would be to join forums or Facebook groups and ask other musicians who they use. And that's it. Hopefully, your agent will be coming back with a contract and you will be starting a new career as a cruise ship musician. I wish you all the best in starting this. And if this has been helpful to you and you wish to know more about being a cruise ship musician, then please subscribe and hit that like button. Thank you. Goodbye.